Hello, Tauros fans, and welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. For the last time, I'm Presley Davis with Ken Oda, and we are here in Bismarck for the season finale going on here tonight. Now, Ken, last night, tough one for the Tauros, but what were your takeaways?
You know, I think it was a bit of a microcosm of the season, right? You have early in the season, the Tauros could score. They couldn't keep the puck out of the net, and then offense dried up late. So I think last night's game kind of followed the season. We did see some good performances from guys. We saw a lot of positives, but ultimately in the end, a tough loss.
Yeah, so let's take a look back at last night's game. Peter Murray for the Tauros didn't waste much time getting them on the board with assists coming from Trevor Stewart and Will Nolan there. And then Dane Ramirez joined in on the fun to give the Tauros an early 2-goal lead. Ty James and Philip Wickland picked up their assists there as well. And then Dane Ramirez got his second goal less than a minute after the Bobcats put themselves within one, gave the Tauros back their 2-goal lead with his second one of the night. And then Davin Nichols, those Billet brothers must have been battling out who was going to have the better game last night. Davin's goal had assists from Mac Morelli, his second of the night, and Peter Murray.
It was a really nice assist from Mac, a nice delay play to set up Davin.
Yes, and then the Bobcats did put up 4 in the third, which ended up doing it for them to get that win last night. But Lucas Reen got a power play goal less than a minute left. The Tauros still fell short 7-5, a really tough one last night. But, you know, that first 40 minutes, I'd say, we saw really good hockey from the Tauros.
Yeah, Tauros played well for good stretches, and we've seen that from them, right? Just a couple of weeks ago, the 5-1 win over Austin. The Tauros have shown they have the ability to play with anyone in this division, but ultimately haven't had the results.
All right, fans. Well, back into tonight's game, let's take a look at our updated Noodles numbers brought to you by Noodles & Co. of Minot. Head-to-head, Minot is now 1-5-1 against the Bobcats. Goals a game, we're going to see drastic difference there. Not as drastic for goals against, but still pretty drastic, I would say. And then that power play, you know, not too different there, but that penalty kill, that is what is going to be your big difference there. Penalty minutes, I think we saw more than we expected last night.
For sure.
I don't really know what tonight will look like in terms of penalty minutes, though.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting, same officiating crew. Well, one line's been swapped out, but otherwise, for the most part, same officiating crew, same referee calling the penalties. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes this evening.
All right, fans, well, now it's time for you to be part of the game and open your Tauros mobile app for a chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game. We're going to start off with our Four Bears Sportsbook over-unders. First one will be the total lead changes set at 1.5. I'm going to go over on this one tonight.
Yeah, I think I'll go over as well. Probably I'm expecting a little bit of a back-and-forth game. Don't know how physical it'll get with the Bobcats getting ready for the playoffs, not wanting anyone to get hurt. But, of course, a couple of years ago we thought that, and Chad Muller ended up in the hospital with broken ribs. So who knows?
Next, we have total Tauros special team goals set at 1.5 as well. I'm going to go over on this one, too, just from previous weekends.
Yeah, Tauros have been clicking. They had a couple shorthanded chances. They had the power play goal last night, so I'll take the over as well.
And then finally, total fighting majors called set at 1.5. I don't know where I'm going with this one. I honestly can't decide. What are you thinking?
I'm going to take the over. I didn't talk to him, so I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't be shocked if Dav wants to get one more in before his junior career comes to an end, but we'll see.
Hopefully, if he is willing, someone's willing to go with him. So, yeah, I think that would be a fun one, but I'm so indifferent on that one, so I'm just not going to do one tonight. All
right, that'll bring us to the McDonald's Tauros trivia question. What is the Tauros' all-time record against Bismarck? Is it 79, 74, and 17, 96, 49, and 9, 74, 81, and 11, or 68, 58, and 10? And I'll tell you right now, I pulled those 4 answers. Those are our real records against the 4 main divisional opponents that we've played against all 15 years.
I'm going to go take a guess. I'm going to say A.
All right, fans, you can get your guess in the Tauros Hockey mobile app as well. Chance to win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's.
All right, fans, well, now it is time for our home key group, Keys to the Game. Ken, what is your key to the game tonight?
Well, should be breathe for me at least, but for the boys, it's finished strong. Tauros got out to a 4-1 lead last night before ultimately falling 7-5. But more than that, obviously tonight is the last game of the season for the Tauros. The 05s know going in that this is the last time they'll put on a Tauros sweater. Obviously, longtime guys like Ty James and Davin Nichols, they've their legacy's already been written in the record books. They don't need to do much, but for all the 05s and really everyone else in the lineup, it's a final chance to leave a mark with the fans, whether it's a great performance tonight that fans still talk about. I think back to some of the early years where the Toros didn't have much playoff success, and fans still come and talk to me about Denis Delitovich from 2013 and a fight he had here in the last game of the regular season. So still a chance for guys to come out and leave their mark and have their story told over the years after they move on.
My key to the game is rain on their parade. Tonight the Bobcats are having their ring ceremony for last year's Robbie Cup championship. And with this in-state rivalry, what better way to finish off the season by leading the Bobcats as they get ready for that ceremony in the first intermission. The Toros can start like they did last night and keep that momentum the entire game. They can definitely spoil the night, not just for the Bobcats, but also their fans. Might be a little petty, but it's the last game. So.
For sure.
All right, well, now it is time for our Minotauros Booster Club players to watch. Who have you selected tonight?
I'm going with Mac Morelli. He has 19 career points as a Toro. 5 of them have come in the 9 games he's played against Bismarck, including 2 goals, 2 assists here in the VFW. For whatever reason, Morelli seems to play his best games against the Bobcats here in the VFW, so he's the guy I'd like to keep an eye on tonight.
I have selected Ty James, with it being Ty's final game as a Toro. I'm expecting him to go out and put on a show one last time. He's seen so many different things in his 3 years as a Toro, and one thing remains the same is that this in-state rivalry can get chaotic with the Bobcats, and I think tonight we have a chance to see Ty James really leave it all out on the ice for the final time tonight.
For sure.
All right, fans, well, that's going to do it for our Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. We're going to sit it out to a quick break, and when we get back, it'll be time to drop the puck for one last time this season.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
At First Command, our advisors are committed to coaching you towards a financial future worthy of your service. We're dedicated to coaching you from the start of your military career to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment. For when things get tough and when times are good. Let us show you how we honor what matters most to you. It's time to get started today.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family-oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from?
I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team.
First Western, you can bank on us.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
The all-new Emergency Trauma Center, built with your reassurance in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esfold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esfold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzels, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
How many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Is someone in your life using opioids? Know the signs of an overdose: limp body, slow breathing, or vomiting. Step 1 is to call 911 and give them naloxone. It will reverse an overdose, so it can be used even if you're unsure whether they're overdosing or not. Request a free 2-dose naloxone kit now at hhs.nd.gov/opioids.
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at mynotbraces.com.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Welcome into the VFW Sports Center in Bismarck, North Dakota. Tauros closing out the 2025-26 season against the Bismarck Bobcats, and pregame festivities here taking long as always. And it's probably a good thing I didn't catch the name of the anthem singers. But I was just, if they had performed in Lake Placid in 1980, I think the crowd would have been rooting for the Russians. But we're almost ready to go here. Ceremonial puck drop out of the way. Ty James takes the ceremonial puck drop for the Tauros in his final game as a Toro. Here's a look at tonight's Tauros starting lines, as always, brought to you by our friends at SRT Communications. Tauros in the traveling black. Red shoulders and sides, cardinal buckets, breezers, and gloves. Glad to have you aboard here on Saturday night. Cats win the draw, dump it into the Tauros zone. Scrum on the near side wall. Nichols throws it far side corner for Prusek. Prusek was trying to feed Carey, but it got cut off. They'll dig on the far wall. Prusek put down hard, and that's going to draw a call. And the Tauros will go to the power play right off the hop. It'll be Schneider to the box. For a cross check. Toros First Western Bank power play, 21.79%, 15th in the 34-team NAHL. The Bobcats on the kill, 12th, 80.43%. Cats win the draw, throw it up and out of play right off the hop. And they are calling for a trainer. Uh-oh. I'm honestly a little surprised the officials aren't holding the game. But we play on. Puck around to the near side. Alamond clears it on the near side. And the Toros wind it up again. This is Prusek. Drops for Ty James. James on the near side puts it on net for an easy save for Bryce Francisco. Cats get the clear again. Ty James stepped into by Ziski. Nolan takes over, plays ahead on the near side. Wickland touched it into the zone. Knott gets there, punches it behind the net. Wickland on the near side. Can't get it away from the Cats, and they clear it again. Good news, there is a trainer over talking to the little boy that got hit with that puck on that first clear. Toros poked at the line. Mackley Morelli comes to the near side, and Davin Nichols. Dav dumps it in. Morelli can't get there before the Cats do, and they'll clear along the near... No, good keep by Murray. Peter Murray looking in front. Shot missed by Nichols. The rebound on the near side will knock it out. Another good keep by Murray, but it's kicked off his stick, and it does roll out to neutral. Murray. Forced back by pressure from Bell. Gives to Stewart. Stewart into the zone. Gives right back to Murray. Murray looking backside. Missed his intended target. It was Ramirez. Long shot from Stewart. Gloved and held by Francisco. And with 7 seconds left on the First Western Bank power play, Toros have an offensive zone draw. Let's take a closer look at Bryce Francisco. That's fun to say. 2.283 goals against average, 909 save percentage, and a 5-3-1 record through 10 games played for the Cats, including getting the win last night. He came in after the Toros took the 4-1 lead. They didn't announce it here in the building, and we didn't notice it here in the booth either. Cats win the draw back to Francisco. He plays it, and it's sent all the way down the ice. Bobcats come back to full strength. Spadaro hit hard. Bouncing puck in front of the net. Cats take it away. Ziski to the near side. Cruz. Cruz delays. Guides it back to the point. Mullen takes it away and sends it all the way down. Far side, Foils couldn't hold the zone. Rien dumps it in. He gets hit hard. Bobcats more physical tonight than they were last night. Maybe their coaching staff not pleased with the ho-hum attitude to start last night's game. That's dangerously close to too many men, but the Cats apparently got into the box in time. Warren steps up on Lunsky. Murray finds it and holds on. Falls down, regains his feet and his composure, then chips to the far side in Dawson. Doss. Apparently the Toros didn't ice that. And the Cats will start out of their own zone. Far side, Knott. Unable to hold on. Lepai chips it into the Toro zone. Ty James leaves behind the Toro net for Prusek. Near side, Morelli. Morelli dumps it in. It pops up high in the air, rolls towards the front. Morelli digging for it. Follow-up try, it's in. Wicklund on the doorstep. Here's another look thanks to our friends at Mackenzie Health. Morelli driving the net, poked it free, and then Wicklund just found the loose puck and a little bit of room to make it 1-0 Toros. Far side, puck freed up. Habla will ring it to the near side. Mullen chips it down low. Carey keeps it. Move out front for Nichols. It didn't connect. The feed was from Habla. Out to neutral. Mullen gloves down. He gets hit hard, and the puck rolls back into the Toro zone. Kept at the line. A nice play. Now his shot saved. No! It trickles through. And the Cats answer right back. Interesting call. It was a goal. From my angle, I could see that puck had trickled in. But the referee blew his whistle and then pointed in the net. He blew the whistle and called it dead. And then as his momentum carried him down the wall, he saw the puck was in the net. So the call was no goal at first, and then he changed his mind. It should stand. But the problem is if he replays it, he's not going to know when the whistle went because there's no audio on the replay. The puck was in the whole time. So it should be a goal. It's the right call should have been a goal on the ice. The fact that he went no goal and blew the whistle and then changed his mind is what has Cody Campbell upset. And of course, from the bench side, you can't see that that puck was in the goal the whole time. Now they're having a discussion. And they are going to have the goal stand. They talked to both benches. Again, in this situation, I can see from our perch, since we're on the goal line in the Toro zone, we could see that that puck was in the whole time, but the referee definitely couldn't, and changing his call, I think, is what has Cody Campbell upset. Nonetheless, 1-1. Toros chip this down the ice. So it was Richardson on the goal. Puck chipped into the Toro zone. Back on it is Stewart. Lukowski hits him. Puck pops up high in the air. Foils comes out of the Toro zone, working 1-on-5. He loses the puck, as you would expect, as the rest of the Toros had been changing. 14:22 left to go here in period number 1. Game even 1. Ziski, pressured by Murray, gets help from Revering. To the near side, Poirier boots it. Murray takes over and rolls it into the zone. Poirier finds it first. Carries around to the far side. Good keep by Prusek. Tried to jam it down the wall. He had Nolan, but the pass was cut off. Now Braz loses it. Ty James forced his way into the zone, but eventually had the puck taken away. Poirier. Good poke by Prusek. Chips up the wall. Meanwhile, Braz and Nolan were battling in front of the Toro net. And they both ended up on the ice for a moment. Cats chip it deep into the Tauros zone. Ty James is on it. Looks up ice. Morelli touches it in. Morelli racing after it. DeVita moved it to the near side first. Tommy Miller on the far side loses it to Wicklund. Wicklund puts it in front. They jam at the side of the net, and the whistle goes, and the puck's in the corner. Another quick whistle. Oh, the goaltender lost his mask in the scrum. Let's send it down to Presley Davis at ice level. Press.
For a fun one. And there's already one goal for each team. And, this rivalry is just something that, rivalries are just special for a fun one this weekend especially. But tonight, game of the season for the Tauros. I'm excited to see how the rest of this game plays out.
Thank you, Press. Cats control the draw in their own zone and roll it out to neutral. Wicklund chips it in. Cats throw it right back out. This goes down the ice, and it goes for an icing. Icing's brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. Cook. Draw to the right of Francisco. 12:46 here to play in the first. We're even at 1-1. Tauros control. Warren sends it wide. Morelli was jousting out front with Royce Patella. And now Morelli hit up high behind the net. Eventually the Cats come out with it. Snyder lost it in neutral, but it's picked up by Richardson. Richardson dances through, then hands back to the point in Cronin. Cronin walks in. His shot's blocked. Puck pinballs. The cross, one-timer goes wide. Rebound bounces out front. Cats couldn't find it. And now Snyder just tripped Richardson. And it's dumped in by the Tauros. Cats gather it in as the Tauros peel off to change. Nichols plays it across for Prusek. Prusek dumps it in. Out of his net is Francisco. Moves it to the far side. Lepai lost it, but help comes, and now it's ahead for DeVita. DeVita. Puck poked away by Nichols and Habla. And Carey looks to go the other way. It's poked away from him. They'll get it back with help from Ty James. Mullen drops it back for James. Far side, touched in by Carey. Habla pursues. Francisco plays it to the far side, and the Cats just chip it out to neutral. Dawson dumps it right back in. And Pavlicic pursues. It's up ice, touched into the Tauros zone by DeVita for an easy save for Cookie. Tauros dump it in. Move to the corner, thrown in front. Didn't connect. They had Foils going to the front. Near side, Warren frees it up for Foils, up ice. Rien avoids a big hit from Revering. And Alamond put himself hard into the boards. Cats coming back on the attack, however. Near side, Rakowski digging with Warren. Foils there as well. Bell comes out of the scrum with it. Plays back to the point, and Browning fanned on the one-timer. Dumped back into the Tauros zone. Cookie leaves for Stewart. Stewart lost it in front of the Bobcat bench, poked in by Nolan. Revering throws it on the near side. Braz leaves. Good hit by Nolan coming back. Meanwhile, Braz couldn't tuck it around Cookie. Ty James taken into the wall hard. Puck moved to the near side. Poirier gives to Braz for a shot that's blocked out front by traffic. Up ice for Murray. Murray leaves it in front. Prusek couldn't get there. He was being held up by Braz. Meanwhile, Murray finds this. It's poked away from him and it rolls out to neutral. Ty James chips it up the near side. Prusek finds it. Prusek tries to play it behind the net. He's waiting for help to arrive as the Toros were mid-change. It gets there. Ty James gives to Morelli. Morelli has it poked free, and now it's a 2-on-1. Poirier has Richardson with him. Poirier shot gloved and held. And then Poirier goes sliding into Cook. And Ty James is tied up with Richardson. Ramirez and Evans tied up when Ramirez and a fan behind the goal chirping a little bit. Here's another look at the collision thanks to Mackenzie Health. We'll keep it here for the media timeout. See if we can't get you Cookies numbers. 8:57 left to go here in period number 1. Cook appears to be fine. He's got a .909 save percentage, a 2.963 goals against average, and a record of 14-10-1 on the season in 31 games played. And while we've got a moment, Larry McFall stole my thunder a little bit on social media yesterday, but Cookie, after Saturday's home game, I was still in the building cleaning up some stuff and saw Cook come upstairs from the locker room, and he walked around the concourse. For those who don't know, there's a cleaning crew who comes to every game and cleans the building afterwards. And Cook went around and thanked every member of the cleaning crew, shook their hand, and thanked them for their hard work this season. I've been in Minot for 14 years. I have never seen a player do that before. So, hats off to Cookie. I had a good conversation with him while he was doing that. He stopped by, he thanked me as well for whatever it is that I do, and saw him, again, thanking every single member, and just said it was important to him to get up and thank everyone who helps make the opportunity there for him. This is Patella walking in, leaves it to the far side. Puck thrown in front, Wickland finds it. This is Ramirez, poked at the line and then tackled by Cronin. Habla picks up, looks to carry ahead, gains the line and falls down. And the Cats take over. Into the zone. Snyder got stood up, and the Toros able to chip it out. Richardson gives to Evans on the near side. Return feed poked away by Stewart. Evans frees it up, plays behind the net. Warren takes over there. His ring to Nichols, however, got by him and out to neutral. Miller looking up ice. It'll end up on the stick of Stewart, who comes near side Warren. Warren up to the red line where Nichols tips it into the zone to negate the icing, but DeVita's back on it. Carey pressuring him as he works to the far side. He drops it back in behind the net for Ziski. Ziski speeds into the zone. Hits the brakes. The hash marks look to the middle and DeVita, but it's picked off. Pavlicic looking to counter for the Toros. Gains the line, hits the brakes, looks for a trailer. Ends up finding Prusek for a shot that's kicked away by Francisco with the toe. And then the Bobcats ice it as Ty James gets all the way back. I think Pavlicic's pass was not intended for Prusek, but it worked out. Some fans checking in on social. Charles Wilburn's aboard. Jessica Marie Good from Palmyra. The Kowitzes are here at the VFW. Brian Spielvogel is out in New Hampshire, I assume. Betsy Patterson's in Sacramento, California. Far side. Rienne's shot is blocked and it bounces out to neutral. Ty James gathers it up. Cats control in their own zone, throwing up the near side. Ty James played the body, and that goes for an icing, and everyone on the Bobcat bench is confused, but we'll send it down to Presley Davis for an update press.
Thanks, Ken. You know, tied right now, you'd really want to see the Toros pull ahead to go into that first intermission, but one thing they're going to need to know in the first intermission, with that ceremony going on for the Bobcats, it's going to be a longer intermission than normal. So they just got to kind of stay fresh and stay, you know, kind of warmed up and everything. Don't get too cold when you have that break in between. If they can come out in that second period, start off really strong, like it was just a normal 20-minute intermission, then they should be set for the rest of the evening. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. 6:45 to go here in period one. Game tied at 1. Yeah, physicality, not what you would expect for a game that means very little in the standings. Meanwhile, a long shot that goes wide. Rebound to the near side. Alamon has it poked free. Out to neutral. Toros control. Eventually, it's chipped out to neutral. Toros dump it in and peel off to change. Ramirez finds this, plays it up ice, but lost the handle. Patella bumped off as well. Wickland dumps it in and then gets the better of a collision with Harker. Puck moved to the far side. Morelli rolls it for Wickland. Wickland couldn't quite chase it down, however, and the Cats counter 3-on-2 quickly. Near side, Poirier's shot. And then again, Cook gets crashed into by Poirier and Braz. And the Toros have had about enough of it. But Poirier, an 05 with a full shield on. And now Poirier barking at the referee. Braz was the one who did the most of the damage, though, to Cookie. At a certain point, if the officials aren't going to protect your goaltender, the Toros will. Ty James on the far side, chips it to the near side, and Nichols. To Prusek, dumping it in. Francisco plays to the near side. Patella didn't catch it. Ty James had his shot blocked, and now it's a 2-on-1. Poirier. Good recovery by Davin Nichols. But then the puck freed up. Save made. Puck still loose. Patella across. Cronin puts it off the end wall, and Cook gets the cover. And now Braz over again to stand in front of Cook. What is his deal? Braz returning to the lineup after missing a few games with injury. And apparently looking for Davin Nichols to break his nose so he can get out of the rest of this one. Two whistles in a row where he's going after Cookie. We've got Walton Donna Myers checking in from Ridley Park, PA. As the game restarts, Rienne throws ahead. Foyles didn't catch it cleanly. Puck in neutral, thrown to the near side. Evans tied up at the line, and then Cruz stick-handled himself offside. Smith-Manic crew at the VFW right behind the penalty boxes. Gerald Morgans and Tucson. The Meckleys are aboard. The Hyatts are at Fort Hyatt. Also watching Wilmer Skoog play for the Florida Panthers. Interesting photo choice. It's a good thing the video board feed here doesn't go out on the broadcast. Meanwhile, shot doesn't go for Dawson. Meanwhile, Evans and Foyles jousting in the neutral zone. The puck dumped into the offensive zone. There is definitely something building here between these two teams as it's carried into the zone by Ziski. His shot's blocked. It'll pop up high in the air. Comes to the near side. Nolan and Evans. Nolan gets by Evans but can't get by Richardson. Thrown in front. A good stick by Connaught. Pokes that down the ice. First of all, the Tauros didn't send that down the ice. It deflected off of a Toro when the Bobcats were trying to pass it to the point, and then their goaltender came out to play it. We're 59 games into the season. This is absurd. Murray and DeVita on the draw to the right of Cookie. Aaron Bliven checking in from the Magic City. The Coreys are in Glenburn. Wally and the Box are in Minot. Draw one back by the Cats, but it missed Revering. And mercifully, this one's not called an icing on the Toros. Lawrence's are in Minot. Near side, the puck's in neutral, rolled into the zone. DeVita beat to the puck by Murray. Wickland leaves it in the corner, absorbs a big hit. Cats take it away. Toros take it right back, and Ty James will start the Toros up the far side. Chips to the middle, and Wickland's shot is blocked. Follow-up try punched up and over. Murray reaching on the near side. Prusek as well. This is Dane Ramirez back on it. Dane leaves for Ty James. His pass deflected, delayed offside. Bell was in the zone. Wickland. Toss across, tipped up and out of play for a whistle. 2:41 left to go here in the first. Scott and Julie Davis checking in from Texas. Carla Tobridge and the rest of the Tobridges are at home. The Seversons are aboard. Brian and Linda Bowers are tuned in as well. Michael, Rachel, and Toby Knight tuned in from home in Minot. Stewarts are in Georgia. Tanya Shaw-Canero is in Richardson. And Holly Pavlicic is in Lebanon, Pennsylvania, as the Toros dump that in. It'll be held by Francisco with 2:33 to play here in period number one. We're now current on the social media check-ins. Draw one back by the Toros, but it takes them out to neutral. Dumped back in. Cats roll it right back out. Dane Ramirez banks to the near side and Mullen. Ahead, Spadaro. Able to force it out to neutral. Wickland couldn't do much more with it, though. It's dumped in by Patella. Far side, Ramirez. Bouncing puck. Mullen gloves it down, able to force it out to neutral and then chip it in. Cats get back on it first, however. Stewart. Dumped in by the Cats. Gets by Cookie. He'll hunt it down. Swings it to the far side. Carey lifts a stick, but it's kept at the point for a shot that goes up and over the net. Dump to the far side. Poirier works it down low. Look out, Cookie. Braz is back on the ice as this is ahead for Carey. Poke to the near side. Nichols. Final minute of play in period number 1, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Bouncing puck, Ziski has it poked by him out to neutral, but Cruz is there, dumped back in. Richardson couldn't stop it. Carey ahead for Habla. Habla hands to James. Ty James into the zone. Shot, kick to the corner. James gets his own rebound, jams it to the front. Cannot's shot is blocked out front by a sliding Cruz. Down low, Nolan finds it at the side of the net. Carries back to the far side, hash mark. Gets leaned on by Ziski, and the puck poked free. Thrown out to the Toro end. Ty James on it, quickly up. Nolan leaves for Murray and then gets absolutely rocked by Ziski. Shot goes wide by Schneider to the near corner. Ty James and Evans exchange taps, and the horn sounds to end the period. Toros outshoot the Bobcats 10-4. The game sits 1-1. We will have Presley Davis ice level. Told the Bobcats have no idea how long their ceremony is going to take. But I imagine Press will have Phil Wicklund for us here any moment. No, she's going with Dawson. Awesome. In the dark, nonetheless. Press.
All right, Dawson. Phil got that goal in the first period, and you're a Billet brother. What has it been like this year being a Billet brother with him?
I like having a teammate in the house a lot more. I wake him up every day, but he wakes me up sometimes, so it's good to just keep each other accountable.
Now, being an age out, this is your final game as a Toro. Do you have a message for Toros fans? You know, your brother gave his interview.
Thanks for all the support over the year, and just you guys are the best fan base in the world, so keep it going.
All right, well, thanks, Doss.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. We will send you out to commercial break. We'll come back with the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. An extended version, I'm sure, after these messages on the Minotauros Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the run.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at minotbraces.com.
My family is what matters. Always has been. The family you choose. And the family you create. That's why I do it. Why I put on the uniform and serve. I do it to give them a future. Because no matter what I do, I always put my family first. So I can plan for their tomorrow by taking care of today.
A financial future worthy of your service.
Being Bison alumni, both Hunter and I know what's important. Giving back to our community, supporting others, and always being someone you can depend on. Like First Western always says, you can bank on us. People you know, teammates you trust.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Welcome back inside the VFW Sports Center. Tauros and Bobcats tied at 1 aside. Tauros get a goal 4 minutes and 6 seconds in from Wickland, his 14th of the season. Morelli picks up his 11th helper on the year. Cats answered back. It was Theodore Richardson on a controversial goal that trickled through. There's a look at Wickland's goal. And then here's that response goal by the Cats almost immediately. Richardson finds it, walks in, wires. It did trickle through. But you see the referee blows the whistle and then points. He thought it was a dead puck until he got down to the goal line. The goal stood. It should have been a goal from the start, so hard to be too upset with it. But we'll do the rest of the intermission report in a bit. It's about to get loud in here, so we're going to kick it out to an alumni interview. Trevor Stahowiak talked to Presley Davis. We'll let you hear that.
I'm Trevor Stahowiak. I played for the Tauros for from 2020 to 2024, and I grew up just north of Chicago in a suburb called Glencoe, Illinois.
How did you get involved in hockey?
Sure. I think just from a young age, my brother, he started playing. He went to an AHL game for the Chicago Wolves, and I think he kind of just fell in love with it. And obviously, being the younger brother, I wanted to do whatever he was doing. So as soon as he kind of got introduced to hockey, that's when as soon as I started to fall in love with it too. So started skating and then just kept playing from there, and just decided it was going to be my thing. So, yeah, so thanks to my brother and obviously, my parents and all that for their support and helping me throughout my career.
Do you recall a moment or point in your life where you realized that you wanted to make hockey your career?
I think that I kind of just loved it from the start. I don't think there was a specific moment. I think I always remember just, loving going to the rink, and being part of being on a team is definitely what makes hockey special too. I think a lot of my best memories just come from being around great teammates and great people, and I'm still in contact with tons of the teammates I've played with in Minot, for example. I think it just builds so many strong relationships, and that it's just a special game. So,
who would you say was the most influential person during your time in Minot?
For sure. I mean, I think there's a long list I can name off. I don't want to choose one. My first year, my head coach was Shane Wagner, and then for the next 3 years it was Cody Campbell, and obviously had so many great assistants along the way there. And So all the coaches, I think, were so important to me and helped me a ton, especially, year to year. I think I was in different stages in my career. Like early on, I was just kind of figuring it out and finding my way. And then as I continued, it was more of like, help with, helping be more of like a leader of the team, of course, and staying and making sure all relationships are good and stuff, and having a great relationship with the coach, and kind of, being that middle person between, the team and the coaching staff, I think. So that was special. And so, of course, all the coaches, and then obviously Mr. Porter, who has, done so much for me over my career. And obviously in juniors, he does so much for that team. And, so there's so many people to thank. Of course, my billets, the Carbos, I was with them for 4 years, and we're still obviously have a great relationship, and they're like family to me now. They're like free built-in family that came along with playing hockey, and I kind of coming to Minot, they made everything so easy for me, and just kind of made me feel at home right away, and just helped me fall in love with Minot. And obviously all the trainers we've had, especially Kevin Melby, he was awesome, and geez, Canada, obviously, Peter Theodos, so many people. I got to say everyone. I'm not going to choose one because everyone's just so special there, and it was so great to me.
Now, you mentioned Cody and you mentioned Porter. Do you have any fun stories about them to share?
Oh, geez. I guess I've got a ton of just a countless amount of stories for them. I think I don't know if they're all you know I can't even choose one. I mean, Mr. Porter, obviously, we spent so much time with him. He driving the bus for us and seeing him every day. And he said he was always, working on some sort of project or something to, make the program even better. So I think for him, I think what I always remember just about him is just how much he put into the program, and how much he gave back to us players. And he always was looking for ways to make our lives better, and to make the program better. So for him, I think I always just remember how much he cared about everyone. And obviously Cody, the same thing. I don't know, funny stories. I've got a ton of stories with Cody. We spent quite a lot of time together, quite a lot of bus trips together. Um, you know, I don't know. I don't think there's one. There's just countless memories with both of them. I think is a good way to put it. I can't just pinpoint one story for either of them.
Is there something you learned while you were in Minot that you still use to this day, whether it's a life lesson or a skill on the ice?
I think that my time in Minot, one of my biggest takeaways is just how important your character is off the ice. I mean, as you go up the levels throughout hockey, I think everyone obviously knows how to play and knows what they're doing in that sense. But I think what really separates just people is just having a really strong character, and how much of an emphasis was put on, being a good human being a good man, being a good teammate, always being there for your teammates and, everyone around you. I think that's just something I think I'll take with me, even beyond hockey. It's just such an important lesson, and I'm really, really glad that was something that was so strongly emphasized there in Minot.
Was there a place in Minot that you always found yourself at?
Sure, we especially the last 2 years, I think we made it a routine to go to Spicy Pie on Monday. So we'd have Spicy Pie Mondays with a good squad every Monday. That was fun times. I remember sometimes Monday practices were pretty tough, so we were always looking forward to going there and having a good time, and just hanging out there. It was a good routine.
You played in Minot for 4 years and you hold the record for most games as a Toro with well over 200 games. What did it mean to you to wear the Toros jersey?
For sure. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of hockey, but I think it was just such a perfect fit for me. You know, it, seeing the work that goes on behind the scenes, it kind of and the fan base they have, and the people just supporting you every day. It just makes you proud to represent that organization wearing the Toros jersey. It means so much, not only just because obviously you're playing for a great program, but you're also playing for, it seems like you're playing for the community all the time. There's so many people who do so much for the program in Minot. That it's just it feels like you have a strong community behind you, and I think that's probably what was the most special part about it is like you want to win for all the people who are putting in just as much effort as you are on the ice that and they're doing off the ice with recruiting, with the logistical things and sponsors and everything, billets, of course, everyone behind the scenes.
How do you feel like Minot prepared you for the collegiate level?
For sure, I think it prepared me very well. Obviously, having 4 years in Minot, it was kind of my place in junior hockey to develop, coming from minor hockey. So I developed, my first year, I really just was figuring it out, learning the new level, and having experience doing that. And then again, it carried to the next year again, which I was just, I figured it out a little bit more. And then, from then on, you kind of just keep building off of the experiences and what you've learned before. So the same thing happens is for me in college. The same thing is, going on right now. Like my first year, I was obviously learning a ton, and I went through an injury. So that was the first time I've had a season-ending injury. But over that time, I was still learning and trying to navigate the next level through. Obviously you're watching a ton of games and you're still around the rink and knowing what it takes to work and continue to develop yourself. And then the same thing this year is just still finding your way and learning the new level. So I'm lucky to have experience, I guess, doing that in Minot. So all those lessons are making it a lot easier right now for finding success at this level. So I have a lot to look back on and a lot of experience to know that you've done it before and you know what to do and just kind of stick with the process.
When you decided to go play collegiate hockey, what was it about Minnesota Duluth that stood out to you?
For sure, there's so many things. I mean, for one, it's in a beautiful location. Duluth is such an awesome town, and there's our campus and school is obviously very very good, and I think that probably the biggest thing was just such a strong hockey history here in Duluth. And, similar to Minot, I feel like Duluth is a town where, everyone here cares about how the team's doing. And, you kind of feel like you're representing the city of Duluth through hockey. So it has a, great history of success and, great coaching staff. And it's something where I want to be a part of having more success. So, yeah.
What was it like getting to share the ice with Braden? You played juniors together and then now at the collegiate level.
For sure. I mean, he was awesome to me. I think, when you first switch coming up to first getting to college, I think, having someone where you know them and I've spent a lot of time with them, he's helped me out a ton with finding my way here at this level. And I think that, obviously we were best buds in Minot and, now we live together. So it's pretty fun, pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if you had told me that we'd be playing college hockey together back in Minot, I would have been pretty pumped. And so now we're living that, and I think it's pretty cool to see just to be a part of it together. I think it's awesome, and he's obviously a year ahead of me, and I had a lot of experience here, and just helped me along the way. So it's been awesome.
What led to you deciding to be a finance major?
I think it's just I don't know, it's always interested me, and it's not the most specific thing. There's a lot you can do with that as a major. So I think it's nice to learn about finance in general and kind of keep your options open for down the line when you're finding a different career. So I think it's a good broad but useful knowledge that can help you in a lot of different careers.
Do you have any advice for kids that are wanting to go through the levels of hockey?
I think some good advice. It's probably not brand new to anyone, but it's just kind of stick with the process and try not to compare yourself to other players and their process, because everyone's different. Everyone's finding their way at different times. Like for me, it took me 4 years to develop in Minot, which, you know, some players might only play 1 or 2 years of juniors. It's completely different, but that doesn't make you better or worse. I think it's just that was your process and your path. So I think it's important to just stay on your path and don't feel rushed or distracted by what other guys are doing, because, you know, if it's easy to go on your phone and see that some guys, you know, going into college early or this, that, or the other. So it's easy to get distracted with that. I think you just got to focus on, as hard as it might be sometimes, just focus on what you can do every day to just continue to get better.
And then finally, do you have anything to say for Toros fans watching?
Go Toros. I mean, you guys are the best. I loved my time there, and everyone behind the scenes, you know, my billets, everyone's the best there. So just thank you for making it so special for me, and yeah, go Toros.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
Is someone in your life using opioids? Know the signs of an overdose: limp body, slow breathing, or vomiting. Step 1 is to call 911 and give them naloxone. It will reverse an overdose, so it can be used even if you're unsure whether they're overdosing or not. Request a free 2-dose naloxone kit now at hhs.nd.gov/opioids.
A state-of-the-art hospital and medical office building built with you in mind. The new healthcare campus and medical district, now open in Minot. Trinity Health, making more possible.
I am really passionate about this community.
We're very close-knit. A lot of us are heavily involved with sports, volunteer opportunities. It helps us build bonds within the community.
Yes, I work at Dakota West, but I'm also a member. Whatever I do affects myself and my family. We're all in this together. I think it's important to have that integrity.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
Welcome back inside the VFW Sports Center. Tauros and Bobcats tied at 1 aside. I'm going to throw a curveball at Kobe. Kobe, let's take a look at the highlights once again. The Tauros opened the scoring. It was Wickland's 14th of the season, set up by Mac Morelli. Mac chipped it in and then chased it down himself, forced it to the net. And then you see Wickland come in there late and just scoop it into the top of the cage. That made it 1-0, 4 minutes and 6 seconds in. But less than a minute later, the Cats would get one back. It was Richardson who found a loose puck, fired a shot that squeaked through the 5-hole. Tauros bench was frustrated. The referee blew his whistle when he was at the top of the circle. And then as he got down to the goal line, he saw that the puck was in the net and changed his call on the ice. I get it from Cody's perspective. From the bench side, you couldn't see that puck was in the net the whole time. It was a quick whistle. I do think the puck was in before the whistle. There's no real way to review that because without audio, you don't know when the whistle went with the overhead. So that's how we got to where we're at, 1-1. Tauros outshoot the Bobcats 10-4. As the Zamboni finally out on the ice. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scores. Danbury sweeps New Jersey. They'll advance from the play-in round for the East Division. 5-1 on the road. The win for the Hat Tricks. They get outshot 38-26. They were outshot heavily last night as well. But they get the win. Northeast staying alive with an 8-1 lead right now over Maine. Shots 28-14 in favor of the Generals. Still 14 minutes to play, but I find it unlikely that Maine's going to rattle off 8 goals to take a lead in that final 14 minutes. Excuse me. Third period action in Springfield. This regular season action in the Midwest Division. Wisconsin and Springfield are even 1-1. North Iowa, a 5-1 lead on the Minnesota Mallards through 2 periods. Janesville, a 2-0 lead on the Wilderness in the middle of the second. Austin's up 4-0 on St. Cloud. But St. Cloud did pick up a point last night in an overtime loss to North Iowa. That puts them 3 points ahead of the Tauros in the standings and locks the Tauros into a 7th place finish in the Central Division. Back to play in action down south, end of 1. Corpus and Shreveport are scoreless. Aberdeen up 2-1 on Watertown early second period there. El Paso a 1-0 lead on Oklahoma. That's not even 5 minutes into the game. That's play in action down south, and El Paso needs to win to stay alive. So a good start there for the Rhinos, and later tonight, Kenai takes on Fairbanks. Updates from other places in the hockey world. Earlier this evening, University of Denver knocked off the Wisconsin Badgers in the NCAA Division I championship game. A couple of Tauros in that game, Kyle Kukkonen and Weston Knox. Weston Knox set up the game's opening goal to give Wisconsin a 1-0 lead. Knoxy had the primary assist. He finished the night +1. Kukkonen was +1 as well. He was on the ice for that goal. But unfortunately, Denver put up 2 in the third period to turn what was a 1-0 Wisconsin lead into a 2-1 Denver championship. It was their 11th Division I championship for the Pioneers. Last time they won in 2022, they had Toro alum Jared Wright. Of course, Jared Wright made his NHL debut earlier this season for the LA Kings. He was the 5th Toro to do so. This evening, the 6th Toro alum to make it to the NHL, Wilmer Skoog. That game's still live. The Panthers taking on the Leafs, and Skoog is +1. 1 shot on goal, a block shot, 2 block shots, 2 hits. So Wilmer Skoog, as we're used to seeing when he was in Minot, getting it done at both ends of the ice for the Florida Panthers. Very cool to see Wilmer Skoog playing in an NHL game. I do want to backtrack to a final thought on the NCAA Frozen Four. 21 NAHL alum were in the Frozen Four. Wisconsin had the most with 8. But of the 21 NAHL alum playing in the Frozen Four this weekend, 15 came out of the Central Division, including 4 from Minot. So when you look at who has been building the success out of this league, it is certainly, we've talked about it, that this is the best division in the league. We've talked about it for years. The competition level, you look at this Toro team, they're going to finish 7th in this division. I would bet if you swapped them with, let's say, Johnstown, who's going to finish 7th in the East, or Kenai, who's 7th in the Midwest, or Odessa, who's 7th in the South, that this would be a playoff team. So a frustrating season nonetheless for the Toros to finish 7th in the Central, but year after year the Central Division has proven to be the best division in this league. The Bobcats won the Robbie last year, but for the most part, I think the reason you don't see teams out of the Central winning the Robbie as often as we'd like is getting out of this division is such a war all season long. You look at the line chart, Bobcats currently have 4 players listed as injured. Toros have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players listed as injured right now. It's hard hockey, it's physical hockey, and the skill level is there as well. This division continues to produce players for the college level, including Spadaro, who's a UMass commit, and Cook, who we've talked so much about this year, committing to Holy Cross and continuing to put on a show throughout the season for the Toros, having a 14-10-1 record coming into play tonight for a team that lost 30 games. So But just to cap off my point, winning championships is obviously the goal within the season for every team in this league. But even when teams don't win championships, ultimately every single one of these players in all 34 NAHL markets is coming to play in this league for an opportunity to play college hockey. And the 8 teams in the Central Division prepare them for it better than any other place in the North American Hockey League. But we'll send you out to break. When we come back, we'll drop the puck on period number 2 here on the Minotauros Network.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We had a member that came into the credit union who doesn't historically come in. She went up to the teller line and said she wanted $25,000 in cash. The teller kind of questioned her about it, and she said, "I'm buying a car," but she was kind of fidgety. And is that when she went to you first?
She had to make a phone call to see who it was payable to, and that was
which is
red
way
flag.
Weird. I mean, that's a huge red flag. And that's kind of when I came up there and I just said, "Are you comfortable coming to my office if we just sit down and talk about this?"
And that's where you took the phone and talked to the person on the other line, right?
Then to hit the button on the phone and disconnect them, for her to say, "Thank you."
I'd rather ask the uncomfortable questions than hear that I just assisted someone losing $25,000.
Perfect. That's when you know you did a good job that day.
At First Command, our advisors are committed to coaching you towards a financial future worthy of your service. We're dedicated to coaching you from the start of your military career to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment. For when things get tough and when times are good. Let us show you how we honor what matters most to you. It's time to get started today.
All right, Genty, time to learn the option play.
Come on, Coach. I know how to run the option.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Mix and match 3 apps with 3 sauces, like shrimp, boneless wings, onion rings with sweet chili, blue cheese, and marinara. Or wonton tacos, waffle fries, and riblets with honey mustard, ranch, and honey barbecue. Or brew pub pretzel, mozzarella sticks, and waffles.
Coach, how many combinations are there?
There's over 80,000.
Applebee's new Ultimate Trio. Choose 3 apps and 3 sauces for $14.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Welcome back inside the VFW Sports Center here in Bismarck. Tauros and Bobcats even at aces as we get ready to start period number 2 on the last day of the 2025-26 season. Season number 15 in Tauros history. And you can get a season 15 game-worn jersey. End of the year auction is live now and it runs until... We will check that and get back to you. Sebastian, help me out with a text here. But get your bids in now. So for all I know, it ends in 10 minutes. Tauros gain the zone. It's Habla. Habla working into the corner. Gets hauled down, and it gets poked by a pinching Ty James. 2-on-1. Prusak's the lone man back. Shot goes wide. Puck squirts the middle. Habla finds it. Can't get it out, however. Turns it over. Takes it right back, does Habla. And throws it to the near side. Ty James chips out to neutral. Carey able to force it through. Carey into the zone on the near side. Getting worked over by Ziski. Habla hauled down. Puck back to the point, cut off by Richardson. Gets around Nolan, does Richardson. Gains the line in the middle of the ice. Carries wide, tries a shot. Save made by Cook. Rebound picked up by Connaught. He feeds Murray on the far side. Murray into the zone. That was offside. And Minot's own Eric Steele makes the call at the blue line. 18:56 left to play here in period number 2. Still 1-1. .56 to go. I gave you Eric Steele's on the line. The rest of the officiating crew the same from last night. Noah Driscoll, the other linesman. Blake Williams, tonight's referee. And Wisconsin native Kobe Brault doesn't get to see another Jordan Love game. This is Patella. Carries up the far side, squeezes through a check from Warren. Carries around behind the net, eventually lost the puck. Gets it back. Warren pokes it free. It lays free at the side of the net. Stewart trying to free it up. It's taken away, though, by the Cats. Patella couldn't get a shot through. Now a long shot stopped by Cookie. Told the auction runs until April 20th. Puck thrown near side, Cats into the zone. And a quick cover by Cookie. Let's send it down to Presley at ice level. Press.
Thanks, Ken. I spoke with Mike Meredith in between periods, and he said one thing that's really out to them looking into next year is in this game, not taking a shift off, locked in, coming off that long intermission, staying fresh and just really doing it with, purpose. So that's what they're kind of looking for the rest of this game, and we'll see what guys step up and see what can come of that. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Cats control the draw in the Tauros zone. Revering down the wall. Back up top, Revering. Long shot, save made by Cook. Rebound. Glove down by Mullen. He guides it to the near side, and the Tauros poke it down the ice. No icing. Browning on it. Looking up the middle. His pass was booted. And eventually found by Mullen, who tried to find Wicklin, only to have it cut off by Revering. Revering throws the middle of the ice. Ramirez couldn't quite snatch it. Instead, it'll be Harker. Near side, Browning. Browning leaves across for Revering. Up ice. Cats gain the line. Long shot partially blocked. It ends up in the corner. Picked up there by Morelli. Morelli gives to Mullen. Mullen picks his way through traffic. The rest of the Tauros are changing. Mullen rings it to the far side. Ramirez touches it behind the net, but Revering gathers there. Wicklin pressures. Dawson steps up. Kept at the line by Foyles, but the Tauros couldn't keep possession. And now Lunsky carries over the red line. Behind the net, thrown out front for a stop by Cook, and the rebound up and out of play. 16:22 left to go here in period 2. Tauros and Bobcats even at one aside. Tauros still looking for their first shot of the period. Cats have 4, bringing the game totals to 10-8 in favor of the Cream and Cardinal. Draw one back by the Cats. Long shot blocked out front by Rien. Far side, Miller leaves for Evans, whose shot was stopped through traffic by Cook. Richardson up top. Dances in. Breaks wide, and can he tuck it around Cook? He cannot. Cookie able to get the glove on it. Nonetheless, an impressive play by Richardson. Andrew Conray checking in from Winnipeg. The Okasons are back in the Magic City. Amber Esp on the way home from Brandon, Manitoba. Sally Foyles in Chippewa Falls. The Bass family is in Minot. Tauros roll this into the offensive zone. Francisco is behind his net. He plays to the far side in carry. Scrumming with Schneider. Eventually Schneider comes out with it. Schneider into the zone. Delays. Left it for Evans. Evans shot blocked. Habla finds it. Gives to the near side. Warren feeds Carey, who fumbles it to Ziski. Schneider into the zone, leaves off near side. Richardson, shot off the pipe. Kept at the blue line, down to the corner, a big hit put on Stewart. Cats still have possession. It's Rakowski, plays it down behind the net. Habla finds it there. Tauros able to jam that out to neutral. Bell on the near side. Bell around Stewart, trying to tuck it. He can't. It's up for Knott. Knott to the near side. Cronin ties up Murray. Nolan punches the puck behind the net. Murray couldn't keep it away from Bell, and it's out to neutral. Alaman with Rakowski, 2-on-1. Nolan does a good job getting back, and the pass is broken up. Far side, they dig in front of the Bobcat bench. Nolan dumped on top of the puck. And the whistle finally goes. More check-ins. The Conrays and Tims. Braden Tews is in Dickinson. O'Keefe's are in Colorado. And the Lawrences make that Stephen Lawrence checking in, coming back from a party bus run to Killdeer. 14:02 left to go here in period 2. Still one aside. Tauros out shooting the Cats 10-9, but it's 5-0 Cats this period in the shot department. Draw to the right of Cook, goes wide right off the draw. Carried ahead by Ramirez. Ramirez finds this puck, tries to dance in, but Poirier breaks it up. Good hit on the near side by Spadaro, frees it up and rings to the far side. Patella met by Ramirez. Wicklund there in the scrum as well. It's to the near side, Cronin. Pass ahead finds Poirier. Poirier chips it up ice for Harker, but it was out of his reach. He has to chase it to the corner. Leaves up the wall for Poirier. Its shot was blocked. Poirier gets it back, spins it up the wall. Ramirez gives to Wicklund. Wicklund tried to chip it ahead for Ramirez, but it's gloved down by Patch Cronin. Poirier carries into the zone, leaves off far side. Tauros start up ice. Foyles chips it to the near corner. Ty James from a tight angle. 2 whacks as Foyles came in, and then a diving cover by Francisco. Draw will be to the right of Francisco. So we get another look at that drive by Ty James. He played it to himself off the wall and then tried to bank it off the goaltender from below the goal line. Created a rebound for Foyles. Draw one back, quick shot, Rien blocked. Touches back to the point, left off far side. Pavlicic works it down low, Rien. Rien turning, guides it up to the point, and Warren. Warren, long shot through traffic, stopped by Francisco. Pavlicic hacks it deep, Foyles after it. They run into Williams, the referee, thrown in front, jam play, 2 whacks, 3 whacks, and the Tauros punch it home. It's Pavlicic. And you can hear the Toro fans in the building making noise. A good, hard-working shift for the Toros. The Toros take the lead after getting several whacks on the doorstep. Rien was there digging as well. Dumped in. Puck flipped to the far corner. Carey after it, but the Cats get there first. They call that goal unassisted. I have a feeling Foyles and Rien should both get helpers. Forgot to turn off the mic again. We'll play ahead on the near side. Big hit on Carey well after the puck was gone. Lapai with a big hit on Spadaro. And the whistle goes as there's a Toro down in the corner. It's Habla. And they're taking DeVita. So the Toros to the power play. Head contact is the call. That is a tough call on DeVita, who's listed at 6'4". Going up against Habla in the corner. Habla is listed at, we don't have heights on the line chart, so I can't tell you. But he is not 6'4", I can tell you that. Ty James leaves down to the corner for Connaught. Connaught turning back. Plays to the middle. He had Ty James breaking to the net. Couldn't get it there. Prusek keeps it. Gives to Ty James. James down low. Connaught working the goal line. Has it taken away by Ziski. And the clear gets by. And now Schneider's got a shorthanded break. Schneider in. And he tucks it home. Here's another look. Schneider able to get Cook going one way and pull it back the other. And we're back even with 90 seconds left on the First Western Bank power play. That the 11th shorthanded goal the Toros have allowed. That will tie them for the 5th most shorthanded goals allowed on the season. Morelli finds this behind the net. Morelli gives to Ramirez. Ramirez works out of the corner and throws it to a point that Peter Murray vacated. Stewart into the zone. Hits the brakes. Plays it back to Murray. Murray trying to get it to the front. It's cut off by Rakowski and sent the distance. Cook spins it to the far side. Prusek finds it there. Pressure coming from Snyder. Leaves for Ty James in the corner. 24 ticks to talk here on the First Western Bank power play as Ty James gains the line. Touches it to himself in the near corner. Around behind the net. James on his backhand leaves up top for Prusek. Long shot blockered up and out of play by Francisco. 9 seconds left in the power play. Nichols and Ziski chirping at each other. Draw to the right of Francisco. Foils line out. Prusek and James behind him. Pavlicic punches the draw back, but it takes Ty James out to neutral. James wires it in. It's blockered up off the glass. As the Bobcats come full strength, Rien behind the net. Lost the puck. Now will get met by Ziski. Rien trying to get free, but he's in a bear hug. Near side, Alamond into the Tauros zone. Thrown in front, no one home on a redirect. Chipped out on the near, no, not out, good keep by Evans, taken away from him by Dawson. Dawson looking to get away from Richardson, plays to the near side, Pavlicic. Pavlicic feeds Foils. Foils poked at the blue line by Cronin. Poirier takes over. Poirier hands off to Richardson. Shot blocked. Follow-up try. Lays free in the slot. Warren chips it out to neutral. And he gets it to Ramirez. Ramirez has Wickland with him. Shot, it's in! Ramirez with a changeup. And the Tauros have taken the lead again. No, they haven't. 8:40 left to go here in the second. I think Ramirez was trying to pass that, and it just slid off his stick and rolled into the near side while Francisco played it across, or it may have been tipped partially by the defenseman on the way through. Francisco started to play across, assuming that was going to Wickland, and then it just never crossed the ice. It stayed on that near side, and he couldn't get back to it. Either way, that's number 19 on the season for Dane. Puck to the near side in the Toro zone. Spadaro gathers. Gets hit hard. Morelli follows up and dumps it in. Revering on it. Morelli hunting him. It's to the near side. DeVita. Ramirez pins DeVita when they scrum along the Zamdor. Back to the point. Dawson for a shot that was tipped out front by Murray. Meanwhile, Browning dumped Nolan in the blue paint. Good hit by Ramirez on the near side on Braz. The Toros take over. Up ice, Ramirez tips it in, so no icing. Nolan gives chase, but Revering's there first. Revering gives to the middle on Lepai. Lepai into the zone. Watched by Dawson. Lepai turns to the hash marks, drops it back to the point for his shot. Oh, Revering's going to go with Dawson. And they're going to center ice. Revering lands the first few. Dawson comes over the top. And now Dawson hammers away, Revering to a knee. They get back. Oh, Dawson stung him. And they'll wrestle down. A solid right hand from Dawson stung Revering and ended the fight. We will definitely take another look at this one. Revering landed the first couple. And then Dawson landed the last big one. He had a few in there as well. There's those first couple by Revering. Then Dawson gets free. Gets him in the ear hole and drops him once. Revering, not maybe the best plan to get back up, and then got stung with a real solid right by Will Dawson. Or Owen Dawson, sorry. That was unreal. I don't know why. Why did Revering get back up after getting ear-holed? But you could just see him absolutely crumple after Owen gets him with that right. Put that one on Netflix, my goodness. We're going to go to Presley Davis. She's got a special guest.
All right, I'm joined here with Amanda. Now, you've been Ty's billet all 3 years as a Toro. How has that been?
Well, he came in as fan favorite as a rookie. I've never seen.
Now, you probably know Ty better than anyone else in Minot. What is something fans would be shocked to know about him?
Well, you may know this because you were there, but we recently found out that he's a really good artist. Since the recent painting event, he's been painting constantly.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, thank you so much for being a billet, and I know you're just as sad as everyone else to see him go, but I know you're so proud of him.
We are for sure.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. Toros lead 3-2 here in period 2. We've got. Yeah, let's take another look at Owen Dawson. An absolute beatdown of Eddie Revering. We've had some good fights in Toro history. I don't know where this ranks among them. It's definitely in the top. But I don't know that we've had that good of a camera angle of one. Big shout out to Dawson and Revering for coming out to center ice for that as well. Meanwhile, this is Carey into the zone. Backhand try goes wide. Snyder giving go play, gets it back, gains the line, hands off on the near side. The Toros take it away and spin it out to neutral. Near side, picked off before it got out of the zone. Toros try to chip it up the near side wall. It's Stewart. Habla helps out. Davin Nichols touches into the zone. Nichols puts it in front, and Habla was tied up. Far side dug out by Nichols. Nichols drag move, shot save made. No rebound given. Well, checking in on our forebears over-unders, we've got our fight. We don't have our Toros special team goals, and we haven't had lead changes. The Toros have led, the Bobcats have pulled even, but I don't think anyone tuned into our feed is upset that the Bobcats have not taken a lead at any point tonight. This is Murray and Bell on the draw. Fanning on it was Nolan. Far side, Murray. Digging on that far wall. And eventually it's rung to the near side and Browning. Spadaro. Gloves down to the stick and sweeps it into the zone. Francisco out of his net. Leaves to the near side, Browning. Cannot freed the puck up, but couldn't get it towards the front, and now the Cats go the other way. Rakowski looking backside. And we've got a whistle. Nolan and Patella were tied up and they both went into the wall hard. And Nolan's laying on the ice injured, and Camden Allemond went after him anyway, which is a very odd choice for and now the Cats all barking at Nolan. After seeing several fairly soft calls last night, same official letting them go tonight. 5.5 left to play here in period 2. Toros lead 3-2. Draw one back by the Cats. Pushed to the near side. Toros fail to clear. Poirier plays the middle, cleaned up by Wickland. Not out though. Cronin keeps it, gives to Poirier. Poirier shot, save made, rebound. Picked up by James. Flipped ahead, gets out on the far side. Wickland finds it, he's got Ramirez with him, but the pass broken up by a back-checking Poirier. Ahead for Braz. He leaves it on the near wall, only to have it taken away by Morelli. Morelli hands to Ramirez. Toros are into the zone. Return feed to Morelli, takes him behind the net. Morelli hit hard by Tommy Miller, who then takes him to the ice and hits him in the head. Near side, chipped up the wall. Cats into the zone. Taken away, Wickland has Ramirez. Chips it on net, and Francisco will cover. And then Cruz with a late hit on Foils. Four minutes exactly left to go here in period number 2. Draw to the left of Francisco. Foils and DeVita. Pavlicic trying to get it to the net, but it's cut off. Far side, Lepai throws out to neutral and DeVita. DeVita. Hands off along the blue line, broken up. They dig along the end wall. It squirts free. Shot blocked by Foils. Chipped out to neutral. Cruz has it there. Drops it back to Ziski. Quickly up on the far side to Lunsky. Lunsky rolls it in. Spadaro's back on it. Leaves it back to Mullen. Rien able to clear, but it's on the stick of Browning, who dumps it right back into the Toro zone. 185 seconds left to go here in period 2. Foils Played it across to no one in particular, and the Cats go the other way. Browning. Browning, shot blocker save, rebound to the far wall. Foils with a good hit. Mullen working in the corner. Puck moved to the near side. Picked off by Pavlicic and flipped the distance. The goaltender came out. That is the second time that Francisco's left his net, only to have the icing still called against the Tauros. 2:33 left to go here in period number 2. Draw back to the left of Cookie. Cats control the draw. Browning with a long shot through traffic. That's blocked off. It rolls in behind the net. Spadaro gives to Pavlicic, who flips ahead, not out. Good keep by Browning, who got hit hard for the effort. Tauros again trying to get out of their zone. They get it over the blue line, but the Cats take right back over. Browning carries into the zone, cuts to the middle. Tauros break it up. Good keep at the line by Poirier for a shot that's gloved and held by Cook. Shots 18-13 in favor of the Tauros, who lead 3-2. Shout out to Wally Mock letting me know Habla's listed at 5'10", 183. The Millers are watching in Vegas. So, just going to say, good news for me if Habla's 5'10". I've always wanted to be 6 feet tall. Far side they dig. Back on it is Prusek. Kept to the line. Ziski throws one to the far corner, near corner. Ty James picks it up, banks out to neutral. Carey finds it, flips it into the zone. Ziski plays for Snyder. Picked up by Murray. Murray into the zone, hands to Nichols. Nichols tried to return it to Murray. The pass was off the mark. Carey finds it, leaves it to the front, didn't connect with Nichols. Bell, pressured by Murray, exits the zone. Broken up and chipped out to neutral. Cronin turns it over to Murray. Murray gains the line, cuts to the middle. Shot, save made, no rebound given. I don't know if fans were able to hear this or if they picked it up at home, or any of the fans here in the building. In a lot of stadiums, they know the PA announcer announces the final minute of play. So with like a minute 3, you'll get a group of fans that say how much time is left. The PA guy says 1 minute. They say thank you. Then the PA guy says you're welcome. The PA guy here, I think, is trying to get that started. But the fans are not holding up their end of it. So instead, we just get announcements of 1 minute remaining and then you're welcome. Which, when no one has asked or said thank you, it comes off kind of passive-aggressive from the PA guy. One minute left, you're welcome. Nonetheless, Tauros trying to get out of their own zone. Gloving it down is Warren. Warren comes to the near side, cannot. Chips ahead on the near side, Nolan into the zone. Hit hard by Cruz. And the puck thrown up, and that stays in. But the horn sounds to end the period. 40 minutes in the books. 3-2 our score. Shots 19-13. in favor of the Tauros. Presley Davis will be ice level for the Farmers Union Insurance interview momentarily. It'll be Presley Davis with Davin Nichols, who is playing his last game as a Toro.
Of this being your final game as a Toro, what has it meant to you to be a Toro?
It's been a lot. It's been a fun 2 years. Fans are awesome. Coaching staff's awesome, so it's been fun.
Now that final message to the locker room as you end this season tonight, what is that going to be?
Same thing as last night, stay out of the box, and just win one more period.
Well, best of luck, Dad.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ken.
Kind of funny for the Toros' all-time leader in penalty minutes to tell us his message to the boys will be to stay out of the box, but then again, I tell my children to do their homework, so who am I to call someone out? We'll send you out to break. When we come back, we'll have the Forebears Casino Lodge Intermission report after these messages.
Your plan speaks volumes when you're going to have a drink. Be intentional to ensure your safety and the safety of others by keeping just a few things in mind. The first is to look out for your friends and be the designated driver. Even if someone says they're fine doesn't mean they are. Second, incorporate water into your night. Ordering a glass can encourage your friends to take note. Third, be the person your friends trust and say no to the next round. And fourth, lend a hand when your friends have reached their limit. Your plan speaks volumes. Know your drink. Know your limit.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
At First Command, our advisors are committed to coaching you towards a financial future worthy of your service. We're dedicated to coaching you from the start of your military career to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment, for when things get tough and when times are good. Let us show you how we honor what matters most to you. It's time to get started today.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family-oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
Welcome back inside the VFW Sports Center. Final day of the regular season. Toros lead the Bobcats 3-2. Let's take a look at the highlights. First, it was Phil Wickland getting his 14th of the season, set up by Mac Morelli. Morelli chipped it in, drove the net, and then you see Wickland, number 22, sneak in, find the puck, and swat it home. But the Cats answered back quickly. Less than a minute later, a shot that just trickled through Cook. Tied the game 1-1, Richardson's 20th of the year unassisted. Tauros would take the lead back in period number 2. Pavlicic would get his second as a Toro on a good, hard-working shift by the line with Rien and Foyles. Foyles wins that battle down low, gets it to the front. Pavlicic and Rien both digging, several whacks, and finally Pavlicic able to get it to go. But with the Tauros on the power play, a puck gets by Prusek at the point, and Snyder was in all alone for a shorthanded break to pick up his 11th of the season. It's the 11th shorthanded goal the Tauros have allowed on the year as well. But Dane Ramirez, with a little luck, picks up his 19th of the season to restore the lead. Wickland picks up the assist. And then, of course, we got to take another look at Owen Dawson. He absorbed the first few, and then he ear-holed Revering. And for some reason, Revering thought it was a good idea to get back up, and then quickly learns why it wasn't, as Dawson with an overhand right absolutely stung him. And I don't think Revering I don't even know what set that one off, to be honest. There's been so many other things going on in this game that I thought could have led to a fight. That was in the middle of a fairly nondescript shift for both teams, and they both just decided to go. And then it started in the corner of the Toro zone, and they both skated all the way out to the center dot and decided to put on a show. And I said in the pregame show, one last chance for the 05s to leave a story that Toro fans will be talking about, and Doss KOing Revering is probably one we will be talking about for quite some time. We'll take another commercial break. We'll come back. We'll do out-of-town scores and more after a quick 2-minute break here on the Minotauros Network.
I am really passionate about this community.
We're very close-knit. A lot of us are heavily involved with sports, volunteer opportunities. It helps us build bonds within the community.
Yes, I work at Dakota West, but I'm also a member. Whatever I do affects myself and my family. We're all in this together. I think it's important to have that integrity.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, You will always be in the game. Go Minotauros.
Welcome back inside the VFW Sports Center. Second intermission, Toros lead 3-2. Dane Ramirez goal the difference so far right now. Let's take a look quickly at the out-of-town scores. Danbury advances out of the play-in round out east, 5-1 win over New Jersey. Northeast stays alive with an 8-2 victory over Maine, setting up a Game 3 tomorrow. Regular season action was a 2-1 win for the Junior Blues over the Wendigo. North Iowa up 7-3. Actually, that just goes final over the Mallards. Janesville, the Wilderness, they're tied at 2 in the third. 6-0 Austin on St. Cloud. Mid-third there. Down south play-in, Shreveport up 1-0 on Corpus. Watertown trails Aberdeen 4-2. And El Paso up 2-0 on Oklahoma later tonight. Kenai visits Fairbanks. We talked about him a little bit earlier in the broadcast last intermission. Weston Knox had the primary assist on Wisconsin's only goal in their loss to Denver in the national championship game. Wisconsin falls 2-1, but Knoxy gets the assist and finishes the night +1. We'll give you the last little bit of his interview that we haven't played yet on the broadcast. Here's Weston Knox.
You know, you have a lot of fun memories from Minot. What would you say your favorite road trip memory was?
Favorite road trip, and honestly, it wasn't even a game road trip. My second year, we ended up taking a trip out to a cabin in North Dakota, and we ended up spending 2 days there, and it was like the perfect opportunity because everyone that doesn't already know, the Cody Campbell boot camp ain't exactly the easiest thing a human can go through. So it was at the end of that, we had a bye week the very first week of the year, and we decided to take a trip up. And that was like, we were already extremely close with what we were going through with having to deal with Cody. But then we ended up being able to go on that trip, and it was like the final hurrah before we really got the season going, and kind of how close we got from that trip. Ended up like raining the entire trip, so everything was soaked at all times, and we have some great memories of card games, and you can definitely see the junior college side of Cody come out when the cards were kind of getting tossed around. He never played, I'll give him that, but he was definitely losing his mind on certain calls that guys were making and kind of putting his foot forward on what he would have done. And yeah, that was a great time because we got a ton of inside jokes from that time and kind of how special that was. And it was a great camp. There was a ton of things to do. I know we went canoeing and definitely had some flips. And then we had our sauna that somehow we ended up getting working. I don't really ever figure out how we did that, but we ended up getting that working, and that was a ton of fun. And yeah, that trip up to the cabin was probably my favorite time. And then yeah, and then both years we ended up taking a road trip to Mall of America and the Wild game, and big Wild fan, so the experience of going to a Wild game was obviously fun, but like just the chance to get to go around Mall of America with 26 guys playing junior hockey definitely can get a little interesting. So yeah, it was a ton of fun.
How do you feel like Minot prepared you for the next level?
I mean, especially with the Central Division and how like hard that division is, there is no off nights, and that's been the biggest thing. And especially here in the Big Ten, there's no team that's a slouch. There's no one that's going to end up just giving you an easy night off, and that's how the Central was and how close and intense the games were, where it came down to really the smallest details. I mean, if you go back and watch our even our first year and second year, the goals that we were scored were not many fancy tic-tac-toe plays. It was a lot of little one-hitters, a forecheck that led into an opportunity on just around the net and being greasy and getting those type of goals where there's only a couple times a year I can say a guy kind of comes through and makes it a crazy play that ends up in the back of the net. It's a team 5-man unit, and sometimes even like with Swedes and Brady in our net, it ended up being 6-guy unit and how good they were at playing the puck. And you can tell even at the college level, goalies get only better with being able to play the puck, and it adds another whole person you have to worry about when it comes to moving the puck, and I think it just prepared you for how hard like college hockey is going to be, and how like that's the biggest thing in college hockey. That's been the biggest adjustment is how strong everyone is. They might be a smaller height wise, but that means they're just going to be stronger wide wise. So the competitive level of the Central and how hard and heavy the league was in that division, especially, definitely is the biggest success from jumping from juniors to college.
Well, then finally, do you have anything to say to Toros fans watching?
I still appreciate you guys more than you guys will ever know. I mean, definitely receiving texts, and I actually received a gift from a fan right before my freshman year. It was a hockey stick cross, which I really appreciate. I still have it. It's been through the ringer when it comes to being under my gear. So the necklace part itself, like the chain, has kind of gotten beaten up, but I still have the pennant, and it sits in my room. It sits everywhere I go. It means the world to me, especially with how they treated not just me, but our entire team and the entire organization, and how much they really care about us. You guys pushed us just as much as Cody did. Like we wanted to show up for you guys just as much as you guys showed up for us. So we all appreciate it, and you can tell it made an impact on all of our lives going forward.
Thank you so much for joining me today, and good luck the rest of the season.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
At Northwest Tire, we're part of your community, and we want you to be part of our family. We're about more than tires. We're about superior customer service to keep your vehicles and equipment safely rolling down the road. If you'd like to join a company that truly cares for our customers and employees, come work with us and become part of our growing family. Apply at nwtire.com.
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Hey Minotauros fans, welcome to Caves, your home ice advantage for home technology, home convenience, and home entertainment. From game day on the big screens, to smart home upgrades, to keeping your house secure, plus car audio and a huge selection of game room gear and accessories, our team sets you up with a winning game plan. Stop by Caves in Minot or visit us at cavesnd.com. With Caves, you will always be in the game. Go Minotauros!
A better smile isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. At Prestwich Orthodontics, we believe straight teeth lead to more than confidence. They lead to better health, higher quality of life, and a stronger you. From Invisalign to braces, our care is built around improving your life, not just your smile. Because when you feel good, you live better. Start your journey today at minotbraces.com.
My family is what matters. Always has been. The family you choose. And the family you create. That's why I do it. Why I put on the uniform and serve. I do it to give them a future. Because no matter what I do, I always put my family first. So I can plan for their tomorrow by taking care of today.
A financial future worthy of your service.
Being Bison alumni, both Hunter and I know what's important.
Giving back to our community,
Supporting others.
and always being someone you can depend on.
Like First Western always says.
You can bank on us.
People you know, teammates you trust.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Welcome back inside the VFW Sports Center. Tauros lead the Bobcats by a score of 3-2. Remember, fans, As we are about to close out Season 15 in Tauros hockey, you can get a Season 15 game-worn jersey. End of the year auction is live now through April 20th. That's Riley Mullen's birthday. So if you want to get him a present, there you go. Get your shopping done. Tauros lead the Bobcats 3-2 as we get ready to start the final third period of the season for the Tauros. Habla on the draw against Schneider. Dawson and Revering now in the penalty boxes. I don't know if Revering knows he's in the penalty box, but he's there. Puck to the near side. Ty James takes over. It's Prusek holding behind the Toro net. Softly up for Nichols, who turns it over. Schneider looking to cut in, feeds it backside. It was behind Rakowski. Murray trying to turn the Toros quickly. Murray gains the line, chips it to the wall, gets it back himself. Shot, save made, puck was loose. And the Toros poke it home. Will Nolan chops it off a Bobcat's stick, and it goes into the back of the net. Toros lead 4-2. For Nolan, it is his fourth of the season. A really nice play by Murray. Chips it to the wall. Gets it back himself. And then as it squirts free, you see Rakowski had it on his stick. And Nolan just came and poked it off his stick into the net. Reminiscent of Nikolai Charchenko's first junior goal years ago against Austin. This is Murray. Over the red line, dumps it in. It pops to the front, and couldn't quite take advantage. Up top, Mullen. Mullen throws it down to the corner. Murray pinned there. Help comes from Wickland. Cannot gives to Wickland, who tries to turn it towards the front, and we get Francisco over the top for a hungry Hippo-style cover. 18:27 left to go in regulation. Competing Let's Go Toros and Let's Go Bobcat chants here in the VFW. A lot of cream and Cardinal here in the stands. Quick shot off the draw for Wickland gets blocked. Morelli hands back to Warren in the Toro zone. Stewart ahead for Wickland, who tries to feed Morelli, but was tipped, so no icing. Morelli hunts it down behind the net. Wickland there gives to Pavlicic. Pavlicic back to the point. Stewart through traffic. It's blocked by Lapai. Cats roll it into the Toro zone. Stewart to the end wall with Lapai. Lunsky digs it out. Up top, Cruz. Long shot. Stopped by traffic. It was DeVita who's down on the ice. They've got to turn that PA mic off when they're not. I don't know if that's going out over our broadcast or not, but it is incredibly frustrating. Meanwhile, Ty James with a hit at the red line. Dumped in, bounces on net. Francisco plays it. Just a ton of feedback going out over the PA system here. Has to be annoying for the players as well. This is Prusek. This is into the zone for Poirier. Plays it to the corner and then slides it up the wall where it's picked off by Rien. He gains the red line, chips it deep. Far side, Spadaro pinches down, pokes it to the corner. Pavlicic has foils going to the front, but the pass is picked off by Cronin. Mullen from the Toro zone, up ice, foils. Tried to chip it into the zone, but it's picked off and carried ahead by Patella. Comes to the near corner, Mullen hard into him. Cats behind the Toro net, spun out front. Cook makes the stop. That's just his 13th save of the night. But it was a hard one. This is ahead for Nolan. Nolan puts it across. Tip goes wide for Connaught. He had a lot of net to shoot at as well. Another shot blocked. It comes to the near corner. Nolan. Fed to the middle. Broken up. Murray gets it back. Murray forced out to neutral, but he keeps possession. Hands back to Warren. Warren gives to Murray. Murray dances into the zone. Forced to turn in the corner. Pass to the middle is cut off, and the Cats will counter quickly. Rakowski looking backside. Shot, it's in. Theodore Richardson. A nice play on the rush for the Cats. An absolute rocket to the top corner of the net. We've seen that a lot from the Cats this weekend. Puck dumped into the Toro zone, turned over in the middle. Alamon forced out to neutral by Morelli. Cats working backwards. Cats will start up ice, dump it into the zone. Near side, Mullen to the middle. Morelli chips to the far side. Long shot goes wide. Wickland hacks it ahead, it gets out to neutral. Ramirez couldn't win the race to it. It's dumped back into the Toro zone for Mullen. Mullen hands to Ty James behind the Toro net. James flips it out to neutral. Browning back in the Bobcat zone. Plays it around to the near side. Lunsky bumped off. Played to the far corner. Nichols dumps Browning, who was interfering with him. All of it let go. It'd be interesting to see referee Williams' penalty numbers on Fridays versus Saturdays. This is Patella with a long shot deflection. Follow-up try stopped as well by Cook. And now a call coming against Habla for a hold on Lunsky. And the whistle goes. So the Toros will go to the kill, leading by 1. Let's send it down to Presley Davis at ice level. Press.
Thanks, Ken. I spoke with Mike Meredith. I think I threw him a curveball because he was not expecting our conversation, but we were just talking about his first year, having that transition from playing college coaching, and he said he's learned so much in one season, and although it wasn't the season they hoped for, he really wouldn't change anything for it. He's learned a lot from Cody and Ebbs, and he's really thankful for the opportunity and is ready for next season. Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Press. Draw picked up by the Tauros and dumped into the bench by the Bobcats. Bobcat power play ranked 8th in the league, 23.91%. The Tauros kill 32nd, 73.11. Cats win the draw back, but it splits their defenders, so they'll head out to neutral. Snyder and Ziski. Ziski forced back by Connaught. Cats into the zone. Patella leaves for Ziski at the near point. Back to Patella, top of the near circle. Looking across, backdoor play. And Bell just didn't tip it. Richardson gets it back on the near side. Richardson dancing in, forced to turn. Richardson working along the goal line. Poked off his stick. Bell took it. Plays back to Ziski. Snyder walks in. Save made. Follow-up try. Poked by Ramirez. Ramirez in behind the defense. Ramirez chopped at by Ziski. Save made. And then Ramirez was chopped down and he went crashing into Francisco. They're calling it on Ziski, so that'll end the power play for the Bobcats unless they give Ramirez a penalty shot, which I don't know that Ramirez or Francisco is wanting a penalty shot right now after that collision. Ziski's already in the penalty box, so that answers that. There won't be a penalty shot. But Dane got loose on the breakaway and gets chopped down and then goes sliding into Francisco and the post. Both players seem to be okay. We'll go for a side. 12:24 left to go here in the third. Tauros lead 4-3. Morelli and Poirier on the draw to the right of Francisco. For a side. They're going to toss Morelli, so Murray steps in. Morelli swoops in and finds the puck. Leaves it down low for Prusek. Squirts behind the net. Feed to the front. Didn't get through cleanly, and now the Cats hurry up ice. A mini 2-on-1. Good job by Morelli to just erase Alamond, and now the Tauros go back the other way, 3-on-3. Murray jumped into by Alamond and loses the puck out to neutral where Ty James takes over. James, a nifty move, undresses Cronin in a shot. Gobbled up, and now the Cats go after Ty James for some reason. Compared to what Braz was doing earlier this evening, nifty stick handling by Ty James, and still for a side for 22 more seconds. Then the Tauros will have 59 ticks of First Western Bank power play time. Ramirez looking for his 20th quick shot off the draw. Doesn't go for Connaught. Ramirez got buried in the dot. But Dane Ramirez looking for goal number 20 on the season as the Cats enter the zone on the near side. Richardson leaves it out front. No one home. Toros come full strength and they go to the power play. 11:19 left in regulation. Toros lead 4-3. Dane Ramirez dances into the zone. Ramirez, shot, save made, rebound kick to the near wall. Ty James finds it. Throws up top Prusek. Prusek gives to Ramirez. Ramirez back up top for Prusek, back to Ramirez. Ramirez across for Ty James. Drops it down low. Up top Prusek. Prusek, shot through traffic, save made. Ty James working to get the rebound. Puck dug out and cleared, however, by Caden Bell. Caden Bell. This is Prusek. We have Caden Bell, who wears 17, and Camden Alamond, who wears 18. And I, for some reason, use 8-point font in my game notes. Far side, this is Cronin. Cats come full strength as they throw it on their own net. Near side, this is DeVita. Lunsky tries a shot. It's blocked up and out of play for a whistle. 10-10 left here in period number 3. We hit the media timeout. Let's take a look at the Toros leaders coming into play tonight. Ty James, who had a chance as he picked up a point. He has not yet been credited with a point. He had a chance to have the second highest point total by a Toros defenseman in franchise history. Coming into play tonight, Mahler last year set the record with 46 points, but 2 years ago, Colby Volk had 39. Ty James has 39. So if Ty can pick up a point here in the final 10-10, he would be just the second Toro defenseman to ever have 40 points in a season. Draw will be to the right of Cook. Dawson back on the ice, so is Revering. I can't imagine Eddie Revering wanting round 2. Toros lead 4-3, 10-10 to play here in regulation. DeVita and Foyles on the draw to the right of Cookie. Foyles wins it back, but Stewart spun off and the puck taken away by Lunsky, who throws it wide of the cage. It'll ring to the far side. Revering plays down to the corner. And the Toros chip this out to neutral. Rien chasing, but Browning gets there first. Stewart dumps it into the zone, onto the stick of Browning. Revering plays to the far side. Bukowski pokes it ahead. Lunsky throws it on net for a blocker save by Cook. Mullen holds. Thrown up ice, tipped in by Nichols. Thrown up the near wall, kept by Mullen. He tries to feed Murray. Puck lost to the corner. Eventually picked up by Browning. He plays ahead. Into the zone come the Cats. Snyder His pass in the middle deflected on net. Stopped by Cook. This follow-up try stopped as well as Evans tried to jam it home. Chipped ahead. Toros just missed Murray. He finds it in the zone anyway, but the rest of his mates are changing. He's waiting for help to arrive. Eventually, it's out to neutral. Prusek hit hard in front of the Bobcat bench. Then Snyder stood over him. Ty James picks this off, rolls it into the zone. Cannot plays it around to the far corner. Morelli stops, throws on net, save made. Cannot getting dumped at the side of the net as Francisco gets the cover. Palindrome on the clock, 8:18 to play here in period 3. Toros out shooting the Cats 30-21 and lead 4-3. Draw to the right of Francisco. Morelli taking the draw against Poirier. One back by the Toros. Long shot by Mullen, or make that Stewart, goes up off the glass. Morelli digging against a pair of Bobcats. Ramirez swoops in, but it's punched out to neutral. Stewart dumps it right back in. Francisco failed to stop that. Into the corner it goes. Swept along to the near side. Rolled ahead into the Toros zone. Warren after it. Braz throws it off the outside of the net. Morelli moved it to the far side where Stewart takes over. Long toss ahead. Intended for Wickland, hits the scoreboard, and then Braz just cross-checked Stewart in the face. And the referee over to talk to him, but apparently not going to penalize him. You have the ability to do something about it. The orange things on the arms aren't pool floaties, dude. You can make him stop, not just ask him. Draw to the left of Cook. Toros lead 4-3, 7:39 to play. They're going to toss Bell. So Alamon steps in against Foyles. One back by the Cats. Revering, a long shot gloved and held, and then Cook took a stick to the face, and then Mullen got dumped on top of him. Someone should let referee Williams know he's allowed to do something about all this. He doesn't have to ask politely for the other team to stop. He can just make them stop. Shot blocked by Pavlicic. It bounces out to the Bobcat zone. Revering's back on it first. Carries to the far side, then drops it back. 7:19 to play. Bell into the zone. Shot, save made. Rebound. Shots blocked. Follow-up try. Blocked up and over the net. Mullen finds it. Flips out to neutral. Bell's back on it. Habla. Hands across. Fed back to the middle. Didn't go. Puck pinballs, and it goes just up over the crossbar. Then Bell runs. Carry. Toros still control. Ty James kicks to the stick. And now Revering is down on the ice again. I don't know what caused him to go down. I didn't see a hit. Either way, Toros are going to the power play. Cats shot it into the empty net for some reason. It is Bell going to the box for the hit on Carey, who seems fine. Toros to the First Western Bank power play with 6:32 to play. Toros control. This is Stewart. Out to neutral. Two minutes for boarding on Bell. This is Murray. Hands to Stewart. Stewart dumps it in. Francisco couldn't stop it behind the net. Murray keeps it at the point, plays down the wall. Ramirez lost it. Murray keeps it at the blue line again. Hands to Stewart. His shot's blocked to the corner. Nichols puts Ziski down hard, but the Cats get the puck and start out of the zone. Snyder will just chip it. Ty James lets Prusek carry out from behind the net. Prusek drops for James. James into the zone on the near side, then hands to Connaught. Connaught's shot's blocked. Left in the corner. Chopped back to the point, but no one there for the Toros. Prusek carries behind the net. Starts up ice again. 33 seconds left on the First Western Bank power play. Ty James up for Nolan. Nolan stepped into by Revering. Puck along the near side wall. Toros come out with it. Ty James. Hands off far side. Wickland's shot misses high and wide and carries down the ice. Prusek will retreat and retrieve. Habla comes across for Ty James. James had it chopped off his stick into the crowd for a whistle just as the Cats come back even. 4:31 left to go here in the third. Let's send it to Presley Davis. Press.
Thanks, Ken. History back in 2014, the Toros suffered a 2-1 loss in Game 3 of the Central semifinal to Austin. But, 2014, that was one of those early plays. Definitely a memorable one. What games?
I don't remember a ton about that one, to be honest with you. That 2014 season playoff series, though, I do think we had a few overtime games with Austin in that year. But I don't remember a ton of the details. This is dumped in. This is Poirier, plays across. Habla finds the puck in neutral, dumps it in. 3:54 left to play here in regulation. Toros lead the Bobcats 4-3 and are out shooting them 30-23. This one dumped in. It'll ring to the far side. It gets kicked back down into the corner. And Mullen from the near side throws it out to neutral. Revering gloves down to the stick. Hands to Snyder. Snyder trying for a tip play. Revering tipped it wide. Hacked out to neutral by Connaught. Ziski finds it in neutral. Ziski ahead for Revering. Revering dives and doesn't get the call on the puck. Taken away, Wickland on the near side. Walled off. Revering looks across. Browning spins it down low. Richardson has 2 goals already tonight. Finds space up top. Spins away and then gives a cross. One-timer blocked by Ramirez. He's got Wickland going. Pass too hot to handle for Wickland. Richardson picks it up. Comes back into the zone. Throws to the middle. No one home on a tip. Now his shot off the outside of the net by Evans. All the Bobcat fans thought that went in for a moment. Nichols plays out to neutral. Carried ahead by Bell. Bell hands off far side. Alamond return feed. Too long for Bell. Stick to the corner by Cook. Far side, Ziski throws one in front, hits traffic. And eventually Stewart finds it, rings it to the far side. Another long shot blocked out front by Stewart. Thrown ahead. Not out. Bell. Up top, Patella. Across, Ziski. Tries a shot, blocked out front. Comes to the near side, Alaman. Up for Patella. Patella back to Ziski. Shot, save made, rebound loose. That try's blocked, and then it's hacked to the wall by Wickland. Another turnaround try, blocked out front by Stewart, and it gets out. Empty net for the Bobcats. Stewart missed it, and it goes for an icing. The Tauros were mid-change when they iced that puck. So they're going to pull Dawson out. It's interesting, the Tauros only had 3 players on the ice when Stewart iced the puck. The players had already gotten into the bench. Well, the Bobcats take their timeout anyways, 1:13 remaining, so that saves the officials from having to figure out what to do there. 2 Tauros had already jumped into the bench when Stewart took the shot for the empty net. I assume those 2 guys would have to come back out since no one else had established themselves on the ice. But nonetheless, it's moot. I will say, as we wind down, that last shift, Trevor Stewart blocked like 4 shots. So even though this is the final game of the season, the Tauros aren't going to the playoffs. I think that is emblematic of the lack of quit from this group. Up 1, still playing hard, still blocking shots, still trying to do the little things. That you maybe wouldn't expect from a team whose season is over, or 20-year-olds who aren't coming back. A minute 13, we'll see if the Tauros can do enough of those little things in this final 73 seconds. And hold on and spoil ring night. What's going on? The Tauros have Stewart, Mullen, Ramirez, Nolan, Connaught on the ice. And the linesman is trying to make Dawson come out for some reason. You're allowed to change on the timeout. So the icing's irrelevant. Ramirez on the draw against Snyder. Cats win it back. Extra attacker on net, empty. Ziski gives to Richardson. Shot blocked by Stewart. It'll ring to the far side. Evans. Evans plays it down low. Alamond. Alamond pinned by Ramirez. To the near side. Richardson out front. Save made by Cook. Rebound hacked out to neutral. What a stop by Cookie. Final minute of play brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Into the zone comes Richardson. Richardson looks up top. He finds Ziski. Ziski shot, save made, rebound, hacked wide. Thrown up top. Revering keeps it. Leaves far side to the middle. Ziski's shot goes off the end wall. Comes out front. Stewart gloved it down to the stick. Carried it behind the net. Huge play by Stewart there. Cook's lost his stick. It's laying in front of the blue paint. Far side taken away. Poked ahead. Not out. Long shot blocked by traffic. Ramirez banks out to neutral. 15 seconds. Cats forced back. Taken away Morelli. Throws it out to neutral. Just 5 seconds left. Revering. Fans on a dump in. And Tauros win. Tauros close out season 15 with a win in the VFW. Everyone over to hug Ty James after they hugged Cookie. Tauros' season ends here in Bismarck, but it ends on a positive note with a 4-3 victory. We're going to keep it here. Presley Davis will be grabbing Ty James. She talked to him earlier. He said he'd be willing. Always a hard moment for the 20-year-olds, especially the guys who have put in 3 or 4 seasons. When they know it's time to leave the ice for the last time. Ty James, the last of the group that made it to the Robbie Cup, that hoisted the Central Cup in this building. Now 3 seasons ago, his first year as a Toro. The 20-year-olds getting a picture on the ice. And while we wait for Ty, huge thank you to all of you Toro families who are tuned in for trusting us with your sons, but it looks like Ty James is going to talk to Presley Davis.
All right, time. Your final game as a Toro is in the books. What are your emotions right now? A big win for your final game.
I'm really proud of the guys. I love Minot, and I'm thankful for. They gave it up their all, and that's all I can say. I love them like my brothers, and I'm glad they gave us one last one. So, thank you.
What has been being a Toro meant to you off the ice, and what are you going to take with you the rest of your life?
It's awesome. You know, the community, I've made so many friends that have been my family members over the past 3 years, and I want to take it for the world. You know, this is my second home, and I want it any other way.
All right, well, best. Thank you, Ty, for everything you've done in Minot, and you're now probably the mayor of Minot.
Thank you.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you, Presley. You could hear the emotion in Ty's voice. Toros get the 4-3 win. No need to autopsy the game itself. I do just want to wrap up with a quick thank you. Thank you, of course, to all of you Toro fans for 15 amazing seasons, whether it was in the Eck rink or now the last 10 years in the Pepsi rink. You are a huge part of what makes Toro hockey so special for those guys down on the ice. You know, we go around a lot, and they get a decent crowd here in Bismarck. They get a decent crowd in Aberdeen. Watertown's been a fun atmosphere the last couple of seasons, but you know, we go to a lot of other buildings that don't get nearly the kind of atmosphere that we get in the Pepsi rink and Mesa Arena, and that's because of all of you. So to our partners who support us, to our fans who make Minot such a special place, to the volunteers on game days, too many to name, thank you all from the bottom of my heart and from the entire Toro organization. Season 15 didn't end the way we wanted it to. Much of it didn't go the way we wanted it to, but it was still a fun atmosphere. Toro fans, you sold the place out 14 of our 28 home games this year, despite the struggles. Your never-ending support is appreciated by the staff, and you could hear it in the players' voices, not just Ty James there on the bench after the game, but throughout the season, the players on the bench or the alumni interviews. And we can't wait to be back in front of you in September. Of course, main camp in July as well. So fans, we'll see you all again very soon. And again, to the Toro families, thank you for trusting us with your sons. For those of you who are moving on, you will be missed. For others, we look forward to seeing you really soon. Season 16 of Toro hockey starts now. We'll talk to you with a Farmers Union pregame show sometime in September. Hope you enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. For Kobe Brawl, Presley Davis, Edward Neiman, and Sebastian Machado, I am Ken Oda. Have a good night.